exploring around Forestdale on Tuesday, the 14th of February 2003. This is me going on my e-bike and the video that I did. This bit is just showing what the track looked like when I was finished. That's where I went. So I started off at the back of Robin Court and the reserve, riding along on my e-bike. Sorry about the bumpy video because unfortunately all the ground is very rough and I don't have a gimbal. This is coming up onto Paradise Road, right, turning right, and then we'll go along Paradise Road a bit, and then eventually we'll turn left and go down through the reserve. This is down near Greenwood Lakes, I think it's called. I prefer to call it Forestdale Lakes, but anyway, when I came down here, I hadn't been down here for a while, so I came here, turned left here, I was going to go down and I suddenly realised I'm right up at the bird hive. I missed the track. I wanted to go to the large lake and I just missed the track completely. Don't know why. I was amazed how much everything has grown there. Look how high the grass and all the vegetation is. Cannot even see that lake, not that there's much in it anyway. So I did a U-turn, went back past the bird hive and then further along and back up to the, and then eventually I found that's where the track was. Overgrown. Used to be a gate there as well, but it's all overgrown. So I went along that track, and eventually that track comes out on the other side of the creek near Dickman Road. Then eventually comes up to the big lake. This is a big lake. Looks really good. If you haven't seen this lake, well worthwhile going and having a look at. Quite beautiful. Then, following along the track from the lake, went on a little bit further, and I was going to go in the back of the other side of Forestdale. This is it here. I noticed here in this particular part that the grass has been okay there, but the further I went in, the longer and longer and longer the grass got. Hasn't been cut for a while, perhaps it never gets cut. As a consequence, all the grass got tangled up in the chain of my bike. Anyway, eventually ended up on Johnson Road. So there's Johnson Road. All the traffic banked up because all the roadworks is going on there. That's the roadworks for the new development on the right-hand side, which we'll look at a bit more in a bit more detail. Stopped, take the grass off my thing. That's part of the development there. And these guys walking in and out of the development. I found there's this little food cart there. The girl's name I can't remember now, but she started up that business there. She used to have a shop apparently and decided rather than having a shop she's going to have a cart. So a food cart. Then further along, back onto Johnson Road again, and then turned right into Stapleton Road. Did a U-turn at Stapleton Road and came back to this track that goes along, comes this sort of road or laneway that goes behind the industrial estate there, which goes behind this new area that they're developing. So I turn left there, go along there, and then there's a gate. I can take the bike across the gate, talk about that in a minute. And then went along this track for quite a while. It goes along, goes around a bend, and then goes a little bit further along, and then you come up to this area where you turn right. Got to go across a bit of a creaky thing there. Turn right, go down here, and further down here, there's a bit of a creaky there. I had to walk my bike across there. Can't ride across that. Went further along, and then as you keep going further along, it's going to eventually come out the back of where the that new area they're working on. That's how much dirt they've moved. They've moved big piles of dirt. Okay, there's a sign there on the right, and I'm on the inside of the sign. I'm not in the industrial area, so I'm okay. I checked out the sign. The sign says it's Brisbane City Council area. Certain things you're not allowed to do, like ride motorbikes, but you're allowed to ride a push bike on the marked tracks. So I'm staying to the marked tracks. So I'm doing this all okay, hopefully. Anyway, back the way we came. Back across the Muddy Creek bit again, and then further along, and then this is the back of the industrial area that's on Stapleton Road. Don't know why they big banners on the fence. Got no idea. Then go right along there, and eventually if you keep going down there, there's a big retaining wall which is backing onto things. They must have moved a lot of dirt to put in that industrial estate too. Then around a corner, and then further along, and eventually I'll come up to the Logan Motorway. There's Logan Motorway in the distance there. Once again, my apologies for all the bumpiness, but it's a very, very bumpy track, and I'm only on a push bike without any suspension. So eventually come up here to this area, which is where the Logan Motorway is, and you've probably driven along the Logan Motorway and seen the sign which I'm about to show you at the moment, and wonder where that is. Well, that backs onto this area here. All right. Big drain and a big spoon drain there, obviously to catch the water. Come on, then turn around and go back the other way, and I work my way, and now I'm working my way through the reserve on the west side, I think it is, of Oxley Creek, working my way back along a long track. You can see they've done some work on this track. They've put little things there. There's a pile of stones there that they're going to spread on the track. Some stones that they've put over creek beds. So they've done some good things. So you can walk through this area and have a good look around. Now eventually back up onto Johnson Road. So when I get to Johnson Road, I checked out where they're doing all the roadworks there. There's all the guys doing some roadwork, doing some of a meeting about the roadworks. They've got these sort of bollard things there. Check them out. They've got water in the bottom of them. So if you run your car off, then back into Forestdale again along Paradise Road. That's where the monks are on the right hand side. Then I went back down again through Greenwood Lakes. Right. Then there was a guy walking his dog. Right past the bird hive. Thank you. He's getting his dog out of the way. That one got out of the way. This fella didn't want to get out of my way. Anyway, it's not a problem. I went right around him. As you can see, everything's quite green along there. Anyway, that's almost it. Come up onto Paradise Road again, work away on the tracks, get along Paradise Road. You've never seen any of this while we're going and walking around and having a bit of a look around the area. Best done on a push bike, obviously. This is a little park on the corner of Forestdale Drive and Paradise Road, at the bottom end of it, right? And then I come along here and I eventually pull up and put my e-bike in the shed and recharge it up. This is a map showing where I went, all right? As you can see, there's the little dotted bit in the direction I went. Where it goes blue, it's the direction I went, you can see there. Okay, got any inquiries? Send me an email. Other than that, that's it. Here I am, going along, back home.